Oh, 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 oh. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex, and welcome back to some more GTA 5. Today, I'm going to be testing out some of your suggestions from the previous stancing video that we did of the V-Stancer mod. You guys have suggested a huge bunch of different vehicles, and I'm going to spread it over 2 or 3 videos or however many it takes. In this video, I just want to do just random ones that I have seen that I think would look really cool stanced out. And that means we're starting off with this. Now, this is actually the Futo, but you might notice this is a little different to the usual Futo. This is actually the one that comes with the Pack IV mods that comes with all the cars in GTA 4 and also a few different ones, sort of like different versions of ones from GTA 5, including this one. And I thought I would use this one just because it's a little bit different, just so we can sort of mix things up. And we're going to be starting off with this video today, but I've got quite a few different ones, not all just cars like this. I mean, let's just look at a couple of the other suggestions here. Volkswagen bus, Dubster 6x6. It's going to be an interesting video. So, before we get into all of that, there's going to be some comments and questions on the screen. If you would like your comments and questions featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. Don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight, and don't forget to check out our channel sponsor, because I don't really mention this enough. The channel is sponsored by Loot Crate, where you can get yourself a loot crate every month full of stuff like t-shirts and cool models and other cool stuff like that. If you use the code Fig8, you can get 10% off your first box. You can go to lootcrate.com/Figure8. All of that stuff is in the description below. Now let's get on with this. And by the way, I just want to say thanks to all of you that have checked out the stancing video, because that had a lot of views compared to my usual videos. So thank you guys so much for checking out that video. It really does mean a lot to me. Hopefully I could try and do some more cool videos like that in the future that you guys will enjoy that much, and that many of you will go and view. Right, let's just fix this all up. Vehicle options, repair. And let's just jump into this. So I'm going to start with some customs things. I'm not going to spend too much time on each one, because I want to try and get through loads of them in this video. But I just want to try and see what we can get here. So let's just go for something like that one, because that's going to give us more arch. And that means, because what was it like before? Yeah, that gives us more arch, so that's going to give us more space for us to just poke out the wheels, or just to get them flush with the arches. On the rear bumper, what do we got down here? Just little bits. We'll just go for the nice little custom simple one there. Mind you, if we want to get one that goes with the front, actually, mind you, that one does. It's fine. Skirts, we can go for some skirts one, just a little bit more. As a nice little inline 20 valve thing. See, I don't know how these mods actually differ from the usual Futos, because this is the other one that I haven't actually checked out on any of my videos. We also have the black grille and remove grille. Let's just go for the stock grille for now. And hood, carbon hood, vented carbon. We don't really need to worry about any of that, to be honest. There's also the roof spoiler at the back. We'll go for some of that. And it's just a case of engine upgrades. And also there's the spoiler at the top here. Let's go for that second one, because that's pretty big. These are the ones sort of mix in with that spoiler and doesn't look that great. But this one looks cool. So let's go for that one. Right, and as this is an AE86, I thought we'd go for a rather brash colour choice for this one, just to be nice and different. So let's go for something like the Fister Pink. We're going to do these in all different colours or whatever, so let's just choose pink for this one and be crazy. Then on the secondary, I think we'll just go for the same pink again. I'll also go ahead and change the wheels just so they're slightly bigger, and they're tuner style. Don't know which ones I'll go for, though. I do like these, oh, actually, the slicer. It's pretty cool. That's very drifty. They're not totally big, but that doesn't really matter. Right, so now let's go to the V-Stancer mod. And let's just go. I'm not going to do the slam height and visual height just yet. I want to try and get as much as possible done with the suspension menu. So let's just go and go on the front. I want to get this poking out nicely. Let's go to, ooh, about there. It would be nice if we can get some stretch tires or anything, but I'd say about there is pretty flush. It's going to rub like a bitch, but doesn't really matter. And then maybe we'll put the height down just a little bit. I think we might actually just have to poke that in just a little bit more. There we go. Maybe get a tiny bit of camber going there, so we can tuck him in a little bit more. But I want to put more of the camber on the back really than the front. I don't want to go too crazy with the front camber. So about there. It's still going to glitch when you turn the wheels, but visually, I think that looks about right. There we go. So then on the back, I want to keep that with the rake as well. So actually, I don't know if we can get the front down just a little bit more. Like that. Is that going to work? Is it not going to be too bouncy or anything? No. That's looking pretty cool. Okay. Again, just try and ignore the walls poking through when you turn. You really can't avoid that, I guess. Then on the rear, let's just go for mad camber. Like, is that going to be too much? That might be alright. I'm going to see if this actually drifts as well, just by changing the wheels like this. And then we'll also get some nice drop. Is that going to make it too bouncy? No, that's alright. That's alright. But I'm going to tuck this in just a little bit more. Like that. Or maybe just get a little bit more camber. And go to about there. Or there. It does poke out the bit at the top there, as you can see. Maybe we'll keep it like that. That's pretty cambered. That's pretty stance. That's pretty slammed as well. If we was to go and just try and do the visual height, yeah, it does actually just make the stuff go through. So we'll keep that all at 0. You see what this is like to drive? It's actually pretty slow. Hang on, let me just tune the stuff up so we can make it a bit quicker. That's not bad. Actually, there's a lot of understeer, to be honest. I don't think it really changes the handling all that much. Maybe a little bit, but I think it's probably about the same as before. Maybe even just a little bit worse than before, actually, in terms of driftableness. But I don't know, it's still good. Still good. Looks pretty stance. I'd say that one is a success. And by the way, that was suggested by Fluffy Havoc. I'm not going to stick all the comments and stuff on the screen, but Fluffy Havoc, you know who you are. You suggested the Karen Futo. Right, let's move on then to Julian Casillas, or Julian Casillas, however you say that. And they just want to check out the Volkswagen bus. I'm very curious to see what this looks like slammed. Okay, that's not the camper I thought I was spawning in. But that does make me wonder what this looks like quickly if I was to just do nothing but the suspension stuff. Let's go to suspension menu. Let's go for some... Ooh, we can really slam that down on the front. Is that going to make it too bouncy? No. We can go lower. Oh my god, that's crazy. And then on the back, get some nice drop. Right there, we definitely have to tuck those wheels in a little bit, which we can do with that camber. Well, look at that. I mean, that just, to be honest, when you get something like this with all that camber, it literally just looks like you've got too much stuff in the back of your camper van. But that looks crazy. Look at that. There we go. Even, stanced out, lowered, camper van. Oh, no, it's a bit bouncy on this one. I would probably put the height up just a little bit there, and then do the rest of it, the visual height adjuster. There we go. Now it's not going to be so bouncy. Oh, it is a bit bouncy, but we're not going to spend all day getting that perfect because this wasn't what we were supposed to be spawning in. Okay, so we have two options with the Surfer. We have this one, and we have the rusted one. I don't know which one you guys actually want. This rusted one starts out not as high, which makes me think that this would be a more interesting one. What can we actually do with the standard menus customs on this one? Is it just really suspension? I mean, what could we get with competition suspension in standard? Not that much of a drop at all. Right, let's do this one then, because I think this is the one that we can get the most out of, because the other one looks pretty low already, to be honest. And I think we'll keep these wheels as well. I think it looks great as it is. I just want to stance this up, or at least just slam it down. Right, so let's move this out into the sun. And let's go to suspension. And in fact, I'm going to go to the other stuff first and just make the slam it level 2. There we go. That's kept it nice and equal. So I'm not going to do too much slamming after that. In fact, I might do the rest in visual height. There we go. We can actually get that all the way down. I want to get that down so that number plate is scraping. Oh, it already is. It's already touching. Right there. It's scraping along the floor. We could get it lower, though. I guess if we was to just pretend that we didn't have those number plates there. We could get it down to like that. Oh, my God. That is absolutely crazy. I'm going to lock that up just a little bit, though. There we go. And let's go to suspension menu. If we was to change the height like this, I don't know if that's really going to make much of a difference here. Well, I guess that works. That's with slam it and the front height and the visual height, but we have got some jumpiness, so I guess let's just put that back up a little bit. But let's actually not make this one tucked, because that is the usual look for these lowered. So let's put this right at the edge like that, and even get some camber on this one as well. It's not the usual thing you would see with this, but let's just go crazy seamsing. We have the chance to. There's the oh my god, that is really bouncy. Guess we should probably put that up a little bit more. In fact, let's just turn off slam it. That's going to fix it. There we go. And I'll just lower it visually to there. So we can knock that in. Maybe a bit more camber. Like that. And then on the rear, we can get some big camber going on. See, there's not much arch to poke out there. So as soon as we get close, in fact, it's really hard to see. There we go. You can see we have to get a lot of camber if we want to get poke with this thing at that height. Oh my god, look at that. But it works. There is a very slow, very slammed camper van, all rusty. I guess you could do the same with the other one. Just imagine it with shiny paint, and there you get the other one. Let's move on then to It's Tyrex, who asks for the Dubster 6x6 stance stout, or at least slammed. I'm very curious about this one because it's got the double wheel thing at the back. Let's have a look. Okay, here we are with the Dubster 6x6, and instantly we know that this has already got a lot of poke and a lot of height to it. So we could actually make this more jacked up if we wanted. Let's try and do that. Let's just park over here. Right here's going to be perfect. So let's just, in fact, what have we got in menus customs? There's actually a bunch of stuff, different bumpers, bull bars. There's all manner of things for this one. I don't want to spend too much on each one though, as I've said. Let's just do a quick tune-up on this one then. Just chrome guards throughout, nice and shiny. Nice grill, want to go for a mesh grill, just something as shiny as possible. Oh, the chrome grill, there we go. On the hood, we can go the off-road hood or the one with the spare. I want to make this as gangster as possible, so let's not. The other one just has roof racks and stuff like that, so maybe we'll go for the chrome roof rack though. Is that gangster? I don't know. So standard with suspension, it would go all the way down to that, which is nothing at all, to be honest. Right, so let's use this. And let's just try the height thing like this, because I'm very curious to see what happens if you slam this all the way down and just see how it reacts to the handling. There we go. About there. Okay, that's just, it's panicking. It's panicking. The game's like, what the hell are you doing, man? Let's put this back up. I can't remember how high we had it, so I was going to put that to 1 on each side. That's still pretty low as it is, though. Now I'm going to try and tuck the wheels in. I'm going a bit crazy with this. I want to see a dubster like we've never seen a dubster before. So let's just go for the track width and put that all the way in at the front. Oh, actually, I see what's going to happen here. We have got the, I assume what's supposed to look like the brakes are glitching through. I wonder if we can find a wheel that can hide that, though. Let's test that out in a second. So that's that one tucked in there. And then we can go to the back and tuck that all in there. Yeah, we do have that stuff coming through the wheels, but it doesn't really matter because I want to go back to menus customs and see if we can find a better set of wheels. See, now instantly, stick on some deep fives, make it proper gangster. In fact, let's go for the chrome versions if we can. Ah, they don't do chrome versions of that one. That's a shame. But we can go for any of these other ones. They're all going to look pretty gangster. In fact, the blister one, that's a blister wheel. I don't really want that, do I? There's something not deep dish is going to work because these ones, most of these do actually stick through still. Yeah, something like the, there we go, that's a gangstery looking wheel. And that means that we can get that tucked in all the way. It looks crazy. It looks so weird just seeing that all tucked in and all gangster-like, but it sort of works. And because we couldn't slam it anymore the other way, we're going to have to go for the visual slamming. But we could knock that down all the way to there. There we go, we've got a proper gangster 6x6 dubster. But let's just knock that out so we don't get any sort of intersection with the tyres. That takes us to about there. Well, there we go. A gangster. Oh, it's starting to glitch a little bit. It's alright, though. That is a gangster 6x6 dubster. I guess whilst we're here and we want to see those rear wheels, let's just go ahead and use the camber anyway, just to see what we can get. So let's go for a little bit on the front. Oh, that's going to knock that there. Maybe we'll get a bit more track width. There we go. And then on the rear, it just moves all of them. We can make some really crazy. We're going to have to use a lot of poke on this one, though. But look at that. It actually starts us out. Okay, that looks ridiculous. Oh, my good God. Oh, it's a bit glitchy. It's a bit glitchy. Maybe we'll have to knock the height up ourselves to 110 and then use some visual, I think, maybe to try and get rid of all the bouncy. But it might just be that the camber makes it bounce. Nope, there we go. Now, let's go ahead and go to visual. And knock that down as much as we can go. There we go. About there. In fact, if we got a bit more camber on the front, we can go even lower. There we go. Front and rear matching camber. Good Lord. Absolutely amazing. It feels clunky. It feels like the turning circles got worse. Which would make sense. And that was not a pole that falls down. My mistake. Right, now we're actually only halfway through. I want to do 3 more. So the next one is suggested by B-Rad. By the way, when I'm mentioning these names, I'm sure someone else has also suggested it. But, you know, that's just the first comment I saw. So this one is from B-Rad, and he says, do the Elegy Retro Custom with the fender flares. The fitment is horrible. Check it out. You'll see what I mean. So obviously we need to check out the, I imagine what's going to be the horrible tuck that is generated by the addition of the extra flares. This is parked in this neighborhood. I'm sure this is pretty suitable. There we go. We'll give him a free car. There you go. Well done. Stance blister for you. Okay, so on its own, the wheels are almost flush anyway. It's actually a pretty nice fitment as it goes, but it's not perfect for those of you that want to get some stance or some really hella flush look, if that's what you're into. So, let's go back and go to menus customs. We can actually do a bunch of stuff. I don't really want to spend much time. I keep mentioning this. Let's go for the extended, like that. That'd be fine. Front bumper. Let's just go for something nice and simple. Something like the black extended. That will do. Rear bumper. Let's go for a nice carbon or a black diffuser. Let's go for that one. Nice race diffuser there. Skirts. This is where we get the massive extensions, I think. There's the side skirt extensions. Oh, no, actually, it is another thing. So let's just go for the secondary. I think that's going to work. Actually, no, there we go. Carbon skirt extensions, that will do. Then exhaust, we'll just go for some big old chrome tip on one side. Chassis, this is where it's just the cage. Come on, where's the arches in this thing? Padded full roll cage. Grill, make that carbon. Hood, there's just too much stuff on this. I forgot how much stuff there was. Aha, here we go. Fenders. So we have twin vents. Oh, here we go. Wide angular rear arches. There's a little bit of tuck there, I guess. Oh, aha, I see. I see the fender flares. They really are really wide. Okay, that really makes some horrible tuck. I see what you mean. We definitely need to get some spacing on the wheels because that looks horrible right there, that angle. Actually, before we do, let me just get some better paint color on this. I'm going to go for a nice matte red. That would go to all the other colors. Oh yeah, we've also got that blue, haven't we? Let's change that to a nice matte grey. Lovely. Right, so if we were just to go for a little bit of poke, we can just go to the front track width and put that out to about there. In fact, that just makes it flush, really. A little bit of poke, and then on the rear, there we go. I'm just trying to make sure that the grip stuff, the tread, doesn't go past the arches, because at least in the UK, that's the illegal bit. That's, I think, why a lot of people did stretch tyres, because it was their way of getting super wide wheels without technically breaking the law. I think that was one of the reasons behind why a lot of people used to do it. But it's also a style thing anyway. It's stretch tyres have predated stance. Stretch tyres have, I think they've been going on from like the 50s or 60s or something, like hot rodding. They were doing stretch tyres. That's not a new thing. Let's just go for about there. But we're going to put some camber on this one, I think. Although we could actually just have it like a proper... We could actually... Tiny bit or just zero. In fact, let's just go for that. So we have our first look. We'll just go for a little bit more of a height reduction. Maybe a bit less track width, just so it's not intersecting. That is really flush. I think, there we go. Just so we can have a little bit of shadow coming through. There we go. So that's the sort of tasteful looking one. There's a little bit of glitching on the wheels, but we're just trying to ignore that. But then we can, of course, go for crazy camber. So front, I'm going to do a little bit of camber. I'd say that's actually a lot of camber, but in what we're about to do on the rear, that is a little bit. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go for this right here, like that. But it's doable. It looks pretty fine. I mean, it looks pretty fine in that, as far as this style goes, it looks like it fits the style. I think that's a good job. I'm sure some of you guys are going to hate that, some of you guys are going to like that, but that's the point. Well, not really the point, but that's just the way of life. Well, there we go. That's that one done then. So, the next one is from Oscar Ben Mergui. Again, I'm not putting the comments on the screen. If you recognize the name, there you go. That one's for you. And he says the Hakumai from GTA 4. And do you know what? That is fantastic timing, because look what we've just pulled up in front of. Now, I'm actually a huge fan of this. I do love this car. Really cool. So let's just go ahead and go to menus customs. Is there stuff we could do? There is stuff we could do. Let's go for some better wheels, first of all. Let's go for some sports wheels. Not in chrome this time. I'm feeling the typical sort of Endo V1, something like that. That's my usual go-to wheel. I just like that sort of wheel. I think that's going to look pretty nice on the spoiler. I've actually got quite a nice selection, but I don't want to make this too much. Mind you, there isn't really much that goes... That's the only sort of not tasteful spoiler there, I guess. Let's go for the nice little ducktail spoiler. My typical favourite style. Front bumper, we can go for some custom front bumper things. A little bit of lights or a combination of the both. I like those lights, so I'll go for the combo of the both. Then on the skirts, we can go for some custom skirts. Exhaust, we want to just go for a nice, big, meaty one if we can. There we go. I mean, it has got that usual titanium look that I don't like, but meh. Let's just go with it. Stick in a roll cage, let's go all out with this one. And I actually really like this colour scheme, but I might change the top half. There we go. Look, something like silver or bluish silver with that darker thing on the bottom. Oh, that looks so 80s or so early 90s. I love it. I love it. But I might go for some darker wheels, something like black, carbon black. What does the lighter wheels look like in this one? Oh, that can work. That's sort of, I don't know. That's a look, I guess. Whether it's a look you like or not, I don't know. But it's a look. Right, let's just go ahead and start this thing out then. Let's just go full-on camber with this one. Little bit of front camber. I always might like to make sure that the front's had a little bit, but the back has a lot. When I'm doing this, of course, it's my usual staple go-to look. Crazy stance with this one. And we go with a bit of height reduction. Again, really, I should just do the visual way because it's much easier and doesn't make it all glitchy. And then we want to go in a little bit on there. We definitely have to go down more, but we'll worry about that in a minute. I'm just trying to line this up with the arch. Maybe a bit more camber so we can get a bit more low on that one. And then on the rear, maybe slightly more camber. A bit more poke. It's about there. And that should be enough for us to just go down and use the visual height. Slamming. Oh, we can go with a bit more... in fact, I really like that angle, so I don't want to go any more. So I guess we'll just have to keep it at about there for that one. But I will, seems that this is a flat drop and not the stagger drop that I want, I will take a little bit of height off the front. There we go. Pop that up a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. There is our stanced Hakumai right there. What a gorgeous thing. Absolutely lovely. I really like this sort of like two-tone look. I want to get a... I've had an 80s car in the past. I've owned 80s cars, but I haven't had a two-tone one. I need a two-tone car in my life. Has to happen at some point. But I think this is proper. I mean, the bumps make the wheels look horrible, but if it's parked, it at least looks stanced and not glitchy. Well, there we go. Right. One more. This is from Knuretz. Knuretz. K-N-U-R-E-T-S. Knuretz. You need to stance the Sultan RS. There is an option to get really big arches. Right. Okay, vehicle options. This is going to be the last one. Vehicle spawner. Go to super. Let's go down to the Sultan RS. Right, so we want to go for the one with the bigger arches. This is already lined up pretty well already, to be honest. This one, as far as like the look of flush wheels go, at least decent fitment. The Sultan RS is probably the in-game car to go for. But we want to make this all dialed in and perfect. And I'm just going to go straight to fenders for this one. And we can go even bigger still with that one. I want to go for just the biggest arches. So they're the biggest so far. Or we have the wide body. In fact, they're pretty much the same. There is a little bit of tuck. There's a little bit more that we can do there. Yeah, okay, we'll go for that one. I'll also just go for just a few little tuning options if we can. Go for a nice little cage. Exhaust, we go for a nice big... Oh, they're all the ones on the side on this one, isn't it? Is it the other side that it comes on? Yeah, we'll just go for a big bore side exhaust right there. On the skirts, we want to go for side skirt extension. I think that would look pretty cool. Or secondary colour mud flaps. Nah, because I want to be able to see the tyres on this one. So let's go for the secondary, the side skirt extension. For the rear bumper, I think I might go for the Bippu look. Because I think that might be... Actually, that's a bit too low cut, maybe. We'll go for the clean cut one. Then on the front bumper, something nice and simple. Maybe even just the custom splitter. Or the classic RS bumper. In fact, I'm just going to go for the custom splitter just so it's nice and blue and flows all the way through. I'm going to keep it blue because it's a very nice colour. Right, let's just go ahead. Go to suspension. Front camber. Just a little smidge. And then get that right there. That's looking pretty nice. A little bit of height drop on the front if we can. Hopefully that's not going to be too glitchy. Then on the rear, let's just go for not too much camber on this one, but I want to do a bit more than the front at least. We'll go for a minus 0.9. And we'll get that all like that. And then just knock a little bit off the height. And hopefully this isn't going to be too glitchy. Maybe we just tuck that in just a little bit more. How's the front looking? We could probably tuck that in a little bit more to there. Well, that's nice. Subtle, I think. It's really nice. It's a nice subtle look. It's not too crazy. Wheels are very small for this car, but that fitment works. But I will do a crazy one to finish. So let's just go. I'm going to go for the craziest camber that we've done yet. Here we go. Let's go for minus 70. I still want to make this crazy, but still work. Oh, actually, that is on the verge of not working at all. Oh, my God. The whole handling thing is just glitching out. This is going to go crazy in a second. Right, there's the back done. Let's just do the front the exact same way. Go all the way to minus 0.7. Go for the track width. All the way out. And actually we'll rise the suspension just a little bit. And we'll do the rest visually. So that hopefully it won't be so bouncy. Oh my God, this is absolutely ridiculous. Oh my God. Whoa, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Right, the game doesn't like it. The game doesn't like it. I'm just going to try and drive and see what happens if we just keep going. This is not good. Oh, God. I'm waiting for us to, like, glitch through the world or something. Still going. It's still going. Hang on, what happens if I was to stop and then get out? Will the car keep moving, or will it... It's just... Oh. Oh, that fixed it. That just put everything back again. I guess the game was just trying to, like, just get rid of it, and it didn't like it, so that's why as soon as I jumped out, it just got rid of everything. Because normally, we could actually, you know, just set the rear camber to something like that, and then poke it out a little bit. And just that, we could actually get out and it doesn't really do anything. It still just leaves it as it is. So I think because that was so crazy, Rockstar just had to reset it because it was breaking the game somewhere. But there we go, guys. That was a huge selection. I have got some more in my list, but if there are any cars that I haven't suggested that you would like to see me stance out in this exact same way, just like I did in this video, please let me know by leaving a comment in the comment section below. I will also leave a link in the description where you can go and check out the V-Stancer mod. I'm very surprised that both videos I've done haven't crashed the game, because usually in my testing phase before I start recording, it crashes all the time, but it's been really nice and stable, which is good. But just be aware, guys, that I have found that it is a bit unstable sometimes, this mod, so be aware for crashes potentially. But there we go, guys. That is it. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.